So what happened to Henry VIII's 6 wives? Henry VIII was the King of England from 1509 to 1547. The short story is that they were divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded and widowed. But let's take a closer look at the fates of Henry's 6 wives. He was married to his first wife Catherine of Aragon for 34 years. Aragon was the daughter of Catholic monarchs. Her father Ferdinand II is seen as the first king of a unified Spain. Henry and Catherine had one child together, Mary, who would later become the Queen of England. Henry, however, wanted a male heir to the throne, so he wanted the marriage to be annulled and went and spoke to the Pope. The Pope refused, so Henry asserted his authority over religious matters in England. This act resulted in the formation of the Church of England in 1534, with Henry as its supreme head, severing ties with Rome. After having annulled the marriage himself, Catherine spent her final years banished from the court. She never accepted Henry as head of the church in England. She lived the rest of her life at Kimbolton Castle. She died in 1536 of cancer. Henry then married Anne Boleyn in 1533. Anne had been the maid of honor to Henry's first wife Catherine of Aragon. Anne's sister Mary had been Henry's mistress. Anne gave birth to Elizabeth the same year, the future Elizabeth I, but failed to produce a male heir. Henry grew tired of her rather quickly and started courting Jane Seymour. Anne was charged with adultery, incest with her brother George and plotting to kill the king. Anne was convicted of all charges and executed by beheading at the Tower of London in 1536. Jane Seymour was Henry's third wife and is often described as his favorite. They married in 1536. She gave birth to Henry's long-desired male heir, Edward VI, the future King of England. Jane tragically died in 1937 of postnatal complications just weeks after giving birth. She was the only one of Henry's wives to receive a queen's funeral. Henry was later buried beside her. Anne of Cleves was Henry's fourth wife. Henry wanted to strengthen the ties with Anne's brother William, who was leader of the German Protestants. Henry found Anne unattractive and the marriage was never consummated. The marriage was annulled after 6 months. Anne accepted the annulment and was given a generous settlement, including the title of the king's beloved sister. She lived the rest of her life in England in comfort and respect. Catherine Howard was Henry's fifth wife and cousin of Anne Boleyn, Henry's second wife. Catherine was 30 years younger than Henry. She was quickly accused of having an affair during their marriage. She was charged with treason and adultery. Like Anne Boleyn, she was executed by beheading. Catherine Parr was Henry's sixth and final wife. Catherine was known for her intellect and played a significant role in restoring Henry's relationships with his daughters, Mary and Elizabeth. After Henry's death in 1547, she married Thomas Seymour. Catherine died in childbirth in 1548. Please subscribe for more videos.